Okay guys, so I'm seeing a little bit of some mixed stuff on the Springfield Hellcat. I'm seeing some guys are having some possible trigger issues. The one video that I saw, for those that don't know, the Springfield Hellcat, it's a striker fired gun. They have, I'm not sure what Springfield calls it. Glock, it's a safe action trigger. So the way that it works is it has a safety that's built into the middle of the trigger, as you guys can see right here. You have this little lever right here that, as you depress it, it allows this little piece right here to swing up so that the trigger can fully engage. So some of the stuff that I'm seeing is guys are saying, well, in a high stress situation, when I grab this gun, if I don't have my finger all the way on the trigger, it's not going to fire. That's kind of the whole point of a trigger that has a safety built into it, is it doesn't fire until you're ready. That's not necessarily a malfunction. The other thing that I was seeing was the guy was pushing the trigger all the way, pushing it against the other side of the gun, so to speak, and it wasn't engaging. This is not a it's not a problem with the gun. Your finger has to engage that safety or else it won't shoot. Much the same as on a gun that has a manual safety lever, it's not going to shoot unless you take the safety off. That's the way they were designed. So not a problem on a gun. Just because a Glock will do it or a Smith & Wesson will do it, maybe there might be an issue with one of those two. And it's kind of tough to see here, but, and this is unloaded. If I hit right there, you can clearly tell that I am not engaging that safety at all, okay? That safety has to engage to right there. Now that gun will fire, okay? If I have got a hold of that gun like that, and I shoot that gun with my finger barely touching the side of that gun, for one, my first round, if it goes off, is going to be uncontrollable. I am not in control of that firearm at all. My hits are probably not going to be where I want them to be. That's as much as of a finger as you have to have on there. It doesn't require that you have your finger all the way wrapped around it. It doesn't require much other than your finger has to be on the trigger, which you have to have a hold of the gun fairly safely to be able to engage that. I mean, why would you not want to have control of your firearm before you shoot it? I understand that in a high stress situation, it's going to be maybe not ideal situations. Maybe you don't have as good a grip on there as you would like. You know, maybe you're not fully extended. It might be from a hip type thing. It might be, you know, pushing a guy away and you're shooting in the gut. I don't necessarily think that it's an issue with the gun. So we're going to try some stuff out. I'm going to try from the holster. I'm not going to go for speed. I'm going to go safe. It's a new gun. I'm a little bit new to carrying it. I've only got about 150 rounds through it so far. I'm going to try and put another 100 rounds through it today, and do some upside down shooting, some on my side, out of the holster. So we'll give it a little test run and see if we can't get it to malfunction. I haven't had any issues so far, so we'll see what happens. Okay, guys, like I said, we're going to go from the holster, engage the target, try and put a little bit of speed on there, but I haven't really done a whole lot with this gun from the holster and engage. And not to mention, it looks gorgeous out here, but it's about 25 degrees with the wind chill, so it's hands are definitely not warm. So here we go. That went good. We'll go ahead and we'll try one more from the holster. I mean, that ain't Jerry Michulik, but or Todd Jarrett or one of them professional shooters, but that was fairly decent on the speed. The other thing I'd like to show you guys too is I had one high shot here, and that was on my first mag, but the rest of those are about as fast as I can pull the trigger. And that is, I hate to say it, but that is, that's what most would say is a point and shoot type. I'm engaging the gun. My finger is where I'm going. That's where I'm shooting. To be honest with you, I could see my front sight. My rear sights never even came into the picture on that. So I feel like that's a pretty good scenario of how I'm going to be shooting in a self-defense situation. So let's go ahead and let's load up some more mags and shoot a little bit more and try and get our fingers warmed up. Okay, so we did a couple from the holster on the target. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and do some one-handed stuff, strong hand, weak hand, and see if maybe we can get it to malfunction that way. I mean, that was as fast as I could pull the trigger with both of those magazines, and we had 0 malfunctions. All shots were on target. Had one high shoulder shot. He'd have been getting a rotator cuff surgery. But the rest of them were all center mass. So let's see how this works out. Strong hand, then weak hand. That one went good. Now let's try a weak hand. Let's see how I can shoot left-handed, because I can't do much of anything left-handed. So here we go, weak-handed. The wind kind of blew the target off. So let's go weak hand again. Definitely not the best of groups on that, but they were all center mass, couple up in the shoulder. Not too bad considering. Small gun, weak hand, one-handed, not too bad, but 0 malfunctions. Okay, so sorry for the stopping and starting. We're shooting like 20 rounds, getting back in the truck where we can actually get some feeling back in our fingers, loading up some new mags, and then coming back out here. So we did strong hand, weak hand. We did from the holster, semi-quick, 0 malfunctions. Now I'm gonna try and do like a laying down. I'm on the ground, the guy's coming to me. Maybe his buddy's knocked me out and he's coming at me. From the holster, so I'm gonna do it relatively slow, but I'm gonna try and put a little bit different angle on the gun, see if anything will malfunction that way. So 0 malfunctions there. Let's try a little, maybe some gangster style, I guess. Okay. In my humble opinion, I think so far it's ran flawlessly, you guys. That was what I feel was relatively every shooting situation that I could possibly think of as far as real life, and the gun handled flawlessly, you guys. Like I said, I judge these really harshly because I'm not an advocate for Springfield. They make a good firearm, but so does Smith & Wesson, so does SIG, so does Glock. You know, so I'm not trying to tell you guys that this is the best gun. This is the only gun. I'm just saying that in my experience on it, this gun has performed flawlessly, and I'm going to continue to carry it because it's a good looking little gun. It's comfortable to shoot, it handles the recoil well, and it holds a lot of rounds. So you know, until my Glock comes out with a double stack that's this small, you know, maybe like a Glock 49 or something, I don't know what they'd call it, but when Glock comes out with something like this, I'll be the first one to try it. Until then, Springfield Hellcat, I think, is what's gonna stay in my britches. So thanks, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Please leave the comments. I enjoy seeing that you guys are watching my stuff, and hopefully we'll get a little bit of comments on this video. Maybe some guys will like it, maybe some guys won't, but you know, I got a comment last night, started looking at some of these videos and stuff that these guys were having issues, and thought, you know, I'm gonna try and get out today and give my input on it, show you guys what my gun's doing, actually live fire, not sitting at home on a bench playing around with it. So you guys saw it there. Thanks for all the support, you guys, and keep watching.